Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to SimCity 4 Part 12. My name is SmileyMK93, and we're back at Watermouth. It's been quite a while since the last episode, so before we get on with the content of this episode, let's just go over quickly what we have done in the past, more specifically what we did in the last episode. In the last episode we continued working on these farm fields. I should say we basically made the outlines for them. We also did a bit of work on this retail park, laying the foundations for that, such as the car park, the petrol station, and that McDonald's there. I still need to build the retail units that are going to go around the edge. That's a project for the future, I think. That'll be done at some point, I don't know when. Yeah, it'll take me quite a while to do it. But anyways, since the last episode you've probably seen it already, but I've spent quite a bit of time detailing the farm fields and the rural areas that we built in previous episodes. So spent a lot of time grassing up these farm fields and adding some trees and bushes and things like that. So you can see the motorway junction is now all fully scenic. So we've got trees in the middle, we've got bushes going up the slip roads. And all that. And I think that looks pretty good. We've got the airport, the last airstrip is now fully scenic. The farm areas are now fully detailed with all the grass, trees, and foliage. Is that the right word? I don't know. All the greenery. That's what I should say. And I spent a lot of time, and I mean quite a lot of time, grassing up all these farm fields. Took ages, but I think it was worth it. They look pretty good, if I say so myself. Did a bit more detail around these row houses. Just zooming in so you can see. Added this little parking area for the residents, a post box. There's also made a couple of custom signs. There's a low flying aircraft sign for the grass airstrip. Is that junction something which I'm not sure, can't remember if that's new or not, but it's there. Signed all this up. Got direction signs and giveaway signs that I've made. You can see the low flying aircraft sign there just at the top of the road, just before it goes off the map. This has been fully detailed. Well, that's been Jay speaking. It's all been grassed up, and I think it looks good. This farm field here with the sheep I'm leaving for now until I've done the retail park. Reason for that is I'm not 100% sure how big. I think I know how big the small lots are going to be, but I don't know how big the main supermarket lot's going to be yet. So we'll see about that. Another sign I want to show you that I've made is the two-way traffic sign, which I'm just highlighted over. There you go. So in addition to all the other signs like the speed limits, the direction signs, that and all that, this junction is now fully signed. Apart from the fact that I want to get rid of those giveaway signs that come with the NAM, but I just need to go into the NAM files and find those. What's this street here? Why is it green? So grey, not green. What am I talking about? Yeah, just fixed that. So I have a mod that makes that swaps the default Maxis street texture with the black Sam 7 that I like. So just needed to correct that to default street. Okay, so I think that takes you through everything I've done in and since the last episode, so let's talk about what we're going to do in this episode. This one, at the very end of part 11, I mentioned that we needed to fill in this big space next to the railway line to the right. I think at the time I suggested a forest or something like that, but I've had another think about it, and I think a great way to fill all this area would be, which I'm mousing over now, would be with a golf course. Just think that would be perfect. Just think this would be a perfect way to space it out, because let's face it, it's too far from the main roads to be farm fields, so you shouldn't really be doing that. It would just look a bit silly. Just put farm fields end them about there where I'm mousing over right now, and then to the left will be the golf course, and then south will be the suburbs of Watermouth. Yeah, so the golf course will be in this general area. The clubhouse will be about where I'm mousing over. As you remember, part 1 would remember that the golf course was meant to be about here in this hilly area, but thinking about it again, I think this area isn't really big enough for the golf course, and that means it would just look a bit hemmed in and just not quite right. Whereas here we have a lot of space. We have the more than the 60 hectares or whatever it is of space that you need for a golf course, and I think if we put it here, it will just flow more naturally. It won't look hemmed in. And I think it'll look good. So I just need to think about in my head about where precisely the course is going to go and how we're going to lay it out. Thinking of as we're near the coast, and this is a British style city, I'm thinking of like a links style course would fit nicely. If you've ever watched the Open Golf, that tournament is always played on a links course in the UK. Examples would be stuff like ones like St Andrews in Scotland, Royal Troon in Scotland, the one on the Fylde coast, I can't remember the name of it, but the Open was there a couple of years ago, where Jordan Spieth shanked a shot and then somehow managed to get it over a big mound onto the green. That's all I remember of that Open. Yeah, I don't watch a lot of golf. So yeah, I think it's going to be a links course, which, for those of you who don't really know, the links course doesn't have a lot of trees or greenery or anything like that. They tend to be near the coast. They're characterised a lot by their kind of rugged terrain, rugged nature, and the challenge comes from that kind of rough terrain and the prevailing conditions that arise from being near the coast. So you have lots of wind, kind of moisture in your face. And yeah, that's where the challenge comes from. It's really a battle against the elements. So I think we're going to make the corner of the golf course here, with the railway line on the left and the motorway above it. Just need to think carefully about where to put the hole. I think we'll put one of the holes here in this top left corner. Just need to be careful not to put it too close to the railway line. So obviously we don't want balls flying off and hitting the trains, because that would be bad. I mean, you need a pretty good shot to get it on the train line, but you know, I imagine there's plenty of golfers who would be capable of it. So to build the holes, I've made these custom MMPs a while back, based them on existing props that they're on the exchanges somewhere. I actually made these for one of my side projects. Most of a golf course, so I've got 4 bunkers, or 4 types of bunker, 3 types of green and a T. Don't ask me why I just moused over the porta cabin and Portaloo. So let's have a play in. So we've got 3 greens, let's have a play and see what might work. Yeah, so I think we'll put one of the holes across the top here, parallel to the motorway. But this will be the hole before it, I think. So at the moment I'm just kind of playing around trying to figure out something that works. We need to think carefully about how we design these holes, because obviously we want it to be a challenge for the golfers. We don't want to make it too easy. So we're green 1 here. So this is green 2. The one below it is green 1. Music because I don't really like it. That's better. So this is green 3. I think we've placed 2 of them by mistake. So yeah, that's what it looks like. I think, not sure we should really be placing the hole there because it's a bit too close to the train line. Could go there, I suppose. That's too far right, isn't it? Nah. I think where we've placed green 1 there is about right. In terms of location, it's not too close to the train line. The golfers will be aiming for the green, so they should be able to get it fairly close. So out there, I think for the hole is about right. If we then look at where to put the tee for the next hole that's going to run parallel to the motorway down this hill, put the green about there at the bottom of the hill, and put the tee markers about there. We need that'll be the men's tee, and then the ladies' tee will be a bit further forward. While we're at it, let's figure out where to put the tees for this hole. Gonna make this a par 4, I think, so it needs to be about 300 yards or so. Just maybe slightly more. Just counting out the tiles. It's uphill, so it can perhaps be a bit shorter, because see, if you're hitting up a hill, you're not going to hit the ball as far. About there should do it. The ladies' tee and then the men's tee. If we can just get the orientation right, it'll be about there. And then hole 1, and then the previous hole finished below it. Just trying to think about the layout of the course. If I put the clubhouse about here, Can't possibly be about here, so I think the hole we just put. So I think hole 1 will be about where my cursor is right now. The T markers above and to the left, and then going up to the green there will be hole 2. So we'll stick the green for hole 1 about in this little valley here, just to the south of the T markers. So we stick the green around here. That should be about right. So need to think careful about the bunkers, where to put the bunkers. So if the ball's over hit, it'll go down onto the bunker. Don't really want that rotation because that'll be a bit too easy for golfers to overpin. To go over the green and then back down. It doesn't really work. I think that's about right. If you ever hit it, you'll be punished by the bunker. Hit it right, you might be able to run it onto the green, but you'll probably overrun it. Hit it left, you'll probably overrun it. Hit it right, sorry. Hit the ball to the left of the green and it will just run down the hill away from the hole. Hit it short, it will run away from the hole. So put the T markers probably about there. That should create a nice par 4. I should probably put the ladies' tee a bit further away from the hole, a bit closer to the men's one. There we go. And that'll be hole 1. So now it's time to have a look at some of the bunkers and see if we can make this hole challenging. The thing is, if you hit it to the right, it'll run down, so golf will probably want to hit it to the left, so let's try and make it a bit trickier for them. There's a bunker there we could use. Bunker 1. Not sure that's the best bunker to use for that location. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, stick one right there. Yeah, that's perfect. Stick one right there. They hit it short and to the left. They drive it too far to the left. It'll end up in that bunker, and then they've got a really tough escape shot up the hill onto the green. Trouble is, I don't have any like deep pot bunkers that are kind of characteristic of links courses. Oh, my characteristic feature of Link's courses, I should say, but I guess that'll have to do. Just have to play around with a couple more bunkers, see what works. It's a nice circular bunker. Does take quite a while for the MMP menu to load, I'm afraid. Just because I have so goddamn many of them. Sorry about that. So yeah, sorry about that. It's all those road signs that I've made. Let's try bunker 3. I think that one might actually be a bit too close to the T. Bunker 3, yeah, that looks good. That's a nice shape. Nicely shaped to punish drives to the left. Or short shots to the left. Yes, I think we stick a couple down there. That'll be really good. Stick another one there, perfect. I think that's hole 1 done, so let's move on to hole number 2. Just need to think carefully about how a golfer might approach this hole. You could go up and left, try and get everyone on the green, or go up and right. The thing is, the ball's, it slopes from left down to right, so golfers might try and... So the ball's probably going to end up on the right, just to make it harder for them. I might stick a couple of bunkers there. But a golfer... And they might also go far left. So... Could place a bunker there, I suppose. Just need put it a bit closer to the green. About there. Most golfers will be able to drive the ball about that far. So we stick a couple of bunkers on the left. A bunker or two, that'll... That'll catch out any golfers who attempted to go up the left side to try and get a flatter shot. Flatter approach shot. If they can't short, the ball's going to trickle all the way down the hill. I think it needs to be a bit closer. It's kind of affect the driving range of most decent golfers. So we stick it about there. we need one on this right hand side? I'm not sure we do, because if you hit it too far to the right, the ball will just run down the hill anyway and make the second shot more difficult. So I think we'll call that a hole provisionally, and we'll move on to the third hole, which will be this one running parallel to the motorway. This one will be a bit shorter. Be a par 3, I think. It's around 200 to 250 yards, maybe slightly less. So we'll need to stick the green probably about here where I'm mousing over right now. Carefully think about which green to use. See if I stick the hole about there. Oh, that's quite tight. Oh, that's a bit mean. See, yeah, you could run it short, but then will it just run straight past the hole? I mean, the terrain continues to slope down as you go further away from the tee. So, if you hit it right, you'll end up in the bunker. You hit it far right, you'll end up slightly lower and having to hit it up and over the bunker, which will be very difficult. You hit it too short, and either run on to the green and past the hole, or just run short, leaving you a pretty tricky chip, which you'll have to be very delicate with to get right. You could run it left, I suppose, but then you're nowhere near the hole, and you want to be near the hole. And just in case anyone got that idea, we'll just stick a nice big bunker there. Just get it in the right place. So if you look at the terrain, it does slope down towards the green on the top side, so a golfer could theoretically hit it slightly left, especially from the men's tee, and try and run it down on the green, and they get it pretty close to the hole. So just to discourage that, we'll stick a big bunker there. I mean, let me just change the song. That's better. I mean, I think the best way to play this hole would probably be to run it up short and try and get it to run just far enough to get on the green near the hole, which is going to be tricky to do, especially from the men's tee. But I think, to be honest, I think if you can pull that off, then you probably deserve a birdie. The thing about a good golf course is, you know, you want to punish a wayward shot, and you certainly want to develop your bunkers to also place your bunkers to give golfers extra problems, but as well as that, you also want to reward an accurate shot where you can. You know, don't give them a big window to hit an accurate shot, but make it so that if they get it just right, they'll reap the rewards. And I think this hole does that very nicely. If you hit it wrong, it'll probably end up in the bunker or running down the hill. If you get it just right, if you get it short, or if you get it short just in front of the green, you'll probably end up very close to the hole. It'll be difficult to do that, but if you do it, you'll be rewarded with a fairly straightforward putt for birdie. just gotta get this bunker in the right place. Which is a bit difficult. Because it's very precise. If you move the cursor too far, you end up placing another bunker, which is not what you want to do. It just needs to be a little bit closer. I kind of want it just to hug the green, hug the edge of the green. Just can't quite get it right. Just just move that bunker in a bit, hopefully the rotation's correct. Needs to do it to the right. Don't know, it's not quite hugging the green well enough, but that's probably as good as we're going to get. So let's hug in the green for a while in fairness, so I think we'll leave it at that and move on to the next hole. I think let's make this one a nice long one, nice par 5. If we start it there by the mound and run it right down to the top of hole 1, that should give us the required distance. Put the green about there. Northeast of the green for hole 1, yeah, about there should do it. Accidentally built a second green there, which I didn't want to do. Just try various screens and see what works. Oh, that's nice. Because then if you try and play it short and run it onto the green, down the hill, you'll end up straight in the bunker. And then I think it looks like the flag is very close to the bunker, so you're going to have your work cut out with a very delicate bunker escape shot. So I'll stick the T markers about there. So now we've got the tee and green set up, we just need to figure out where to put the bunkers. It's a par 5, so they're not going to be getting near the green on the first shot. It'll take golfers 3 shots to get to the green. So we just think carefully about where they're going to hit this ball. Hit their first and second shots and third shots. So, decent golf will probably drive it about 300 yards. So we stick bunkers about here. Can make that a bit more difficult. So we've got one on the right, got one bunker on the right there, which I actually think might be a bit too far right looking at it. Yes, I mean, the hole's kind of slanting, you know, going at a fractional angle bit. Well, it's probably more of a dog leg than anything else in terms of design. This hole, a couple of bunkers there, just to encourage golfers to shoot straight. Stick a few around the green as well. There's a nice one there that came with the nice bunker there that came with the green itself. That would just guard against any short shots. Try and run down onto the green. Stick one there. And there to discourage anyone trying to place it down onto the green. Or run it down from the left, I should say. Hit it over the bunker, you probably end up on hole 1. Hit it slightly too far to the left, it's quite a steep slope down from there, so that'll be a tricky approach shot. And if you hit it to the right, you might be able to run it down onto the green, but of course the momentum will carry the ball to the left, whereas you want it to slope down to the right. But if you can pull that off, again, I think you should probably be rewarded. But nonetheless, we'll stick a nice bunker there just to make that line of attack a bit harder. Just having a think about it. Yeah, I think that bunker is too far to the right. Put another one there to the right, so it's more of a straight hole or more gradually curving hole. So it's a better use of the space. So I'll almost be hitting it over the top of the third green, but well, not quite, but maybe just to the right of that. There you go. That'll be a tough hole but I think if you can get it right, there's a potential birdie there for the par 5. I think we've gone on quite a bit, I notice. Yeah, we've gone on quite a bit, and I think we're getting pretty close to the end of the episode. So just to finish off this part, I think I'm going to start loosely demarcating the holes. Now on links courses, they're full of, you know, wild grasses and rough terrain to kind of mix out the hole, to kind of demarcate the holes very loosely at least. I won't use trees because there's trees are a bit of a rarity on a links golf course. So as you can see, I'm kind of loosely placing reed grass to try and demarcate where one hole ends and the next begins. This is very loose. I don't want it everywhere, because on a lot of golf courses you know, the landscape just flows from one hole to the next with no real demarcation. Always the fairway and the rough provide the demarcation. I'm just loosely demarcating. I probably won't use reed grass in the final course, or at least not on its own. I have to have a play around and see what works, I think. Yeah, something like this I think we'll do for the time being. I think the reed grass needs to be a bit closer to the bunkers. Hole 4, the fourth hole a bit narrower. Yeah, so just filling in this area. Nice and should have done it well. Should have said I was going to make that a bit now, but well, it's probably fine as it is. Like I said, it was thinking about it again. It's probably fine as it is. Like I said, it's very loose. Let's try some straw now. Doesn't really work. It's too red. I don't know about you, but I don't think I've ever seen red straw. So I'll have to do something else, but I have to play around with that, see what works. But anyways, I think that is going to be it for this episode. In this part, we've made a start on this golf course. That's going to go off to the right. We're going to build the full 8. We're going to do a full 18-hole links golf course and play around with it. You'll see a lot of it. I haven't done the fairway or the rough. I'll probably do one of the hole and come to show you, and then the rest off camera. But yeah, I think that should fill up this space quite nicely. But I think we've come to the end of the episode, so I'd like to thank you all for watching. I have been Smiley MK93, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.